All right. What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 194, or it could be 195 of the Unknown Games podcast. I might have forgotten to actually change over the number right there, but I'm your host, Adrian, and joined today with me. Alex is still out. Don't worry. We're holding the fort down for him, but we're plenty. We're plenty because I got with me Ehe, the DJing kid.
Hey, hell yeah. GG and working adult now.
Oh yeah, a working adult, like
Working class adult.
working class adult. I love how like at one point in time there was just a whole time when I would remember I would start a game and I'd be like, oh snap, it has online. Oh snap, it had already finished that game. Dude, wasn't that like a 60-hour game?
I don't know. I don't have the time anymore. I don't think I can even have the time to play Monster Hunter weekly again. No,
Well, no,
daily. Yeah.
you just make the time to set up. You make your appointments with your friends. Or I will say, like when you first start working, it's not as bad. It's
Yeah.
not as bad. It's like the older you get and the more stuff starts filling in. Like family or friends or both friends and family, kids, and
Until you become important at work.
oh yeah, then you can just ditch it and you can let someone else deal with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh
the
man.
194, like 6 away from the big 200.
I was thinking of that too, man. I don't know how we've done so many episodes. And the one that I remember the most still is probably there's like three I remember the most. One was like the VTuber episode we did. The joint was crazy. We had I
Oh,
think like
yeah.
six of us on here, and it was just like that was really fun. I enjoyed it. There was that one game of the year special with I think it was like you, me, uh,
Stole that.
Shiba, and Soul. Like that junk was lit too. And what was my other? Yeah, the Geralt's butt, the
Oh,
sexiest
yeah.
butts in games. Those might be my top three. Those might be the three episodes I remember the most out of all
And
the
all of
things.
them, all of them have me in it.
Oh, you know what they do? Oh, it
Hell
was a
yeah.
sign, a subconscious sign. But I do look forward to the Game of the Year episodes a lot. Like, and we're gonna check in on maybe a mid-year check of what we think might be up for a Game of the Year so far that's come out. And then I know you said you've gotten into the Deadlock. It's not a
The
beta
Deadlock playtest. It's like a
playtest.
playtest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's alpha too, because I recently got into like the. Oh, did you know that what's it called, that Portal game, that Portal shooter game? I forgot the name. Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh,
Splitgate. That's
Splitgate
a
2.
Splitgate
Yeah,
2.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
got into the alpha of that too. Yeah, and
So
that game, alpha actually plays like an alpha game. It's fun, but you notice that it's still an alpha.
wait,
Deadlock is somehow like it's already polished, but it's still like playtest.
but the
I
thing,
guess. Yeah.
I guess so. We'll hop on into this. I do want to say one thing about Splitgate. The game was fun when it first came out. It went into a full release and then died a year later, and I was really surprised by the fact that there was a Splitgate too.
Yeah. No, they are like really successful, but they don't have like the financial to support the
the
game.
servers and everything,
That's
right,
why
or something.
that's why they decided to like let it go. And then like on this new one, Splitgate 2, like they have the financial backing, and the game actually felt pretty nice to play. I'm not gonna lie. And the concept is now like more of a hero shooter, because you have class and
Uh
stuff.
oh.
It's kind of like Destiny PvP, I guess.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
I'm
kind of
always
like
about
that.
that Destiny PvP. Crucible. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I enjoyed Splitgate 1, so I mean, like if heck, I'll definitely give it a shot. And last time it was free to play, if I remember correctly.
It
So I
was,
assume
yeah.
they'll be doing free to play again. But yeah, for Deadlock, this is a game where essentially this is Valve's. I mean, I guess this is the biggest thing. Just as an overview, Valve is making a hero shooter. That was the whole
Yeah.
kind of uh, word and buzz around this game, and no one for the longest time was able to really show it. But there was all this footage on the internet of it for years, and it was not a secret. It was just this thing of like, yeah, there's a game, and it didn't have a name really. It was just like, yeah, Valve's making
It
another
was like
game.
a public secret, basically.
Yeah, it was a public secret. And the whole thing with anything that Valve releases is a huge deal, right?
Yeah.
As much as we want Half-Life 3, they've knocked it out the park almost with every type of game that they have kind of self-published and put out.
CS2 released last year, and it was kind of a big deal too.
Yeah, CS2.
Yeah, the next rendition of CS:GO.
We also
they killed CS:GO for that.
They killed CS.
Yeah, CS:GO is not available anymore, so like you can only play CS2.
It's like an actual Counter-Strike 2.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike 2. So I mean, just to give a little bit of overviews that they've had that have made an impact. Like you said, Counter-Strike 2, that whole Counter-Strike thing is always been massive. Left 4 Dead, that was a huge thing. And a lot of these things have come from their mod scenes. Dota, like you just said, Dota 2, that was, arguably.
That's probably arguably the most successful esport game. That or League of Legends.
I would say like that in League, yeah. Because like every time they have a like an actual finals, and I guess we can't leave out Fortnite or Fortnite. Yeah, they just have too much money too. And then of course, I don't think we can ever forget Team Fortress 2. I think Team Fortress 2 is like freaking been stable since 2007 when it came out. Game, it just keeps going.
It's kind of sad that because Deadlock is coming out, I don't think they will ever come back to TF2 anymore.
No,
I feel like this game is gonna replace TF2.
It feels like it has a little bit of the quirkiness and everything in there. But to give an actual thing of what it is, on the Steam page, it says Deadlock is a multiplayer game in early development. For a little bit more details, the game actually plays like a third-person shooter fused with a MOBA. So it's a MOBA
so it's
genre.
It's not even like Smite because the control doesn't even feel like Smite at all. This actually feels like a hero shooter with MOBA.
So
it's actually really fluid.
I will say Smite, for the most part, is a game where it is also third person. It also is a MOBA, but Smite does a more traditional take, is what it looks like. And Smite is honestly, it's very much more like Melee or Mage. It takes those.
It's not a shooter.
It's not a shooter, and this is like firmly a third person shooter. And it looks, it's got this. Is it 1900s? I think it's set in New York. Steampunk aesthetic.
Steampunk, yeah. Steampunk aesthetic.
And yeah, I mean, you can talk more about it. A lot of streamers have been jumping on it and getting into the beta, getting into the playtest and been trying it out and to see like, hey, what is Deadlock all about? But yeah, what are your impressions? What do you think? Is it something that people will gravitate to? We got Marvel Rivals that's coming up. I don't know if there's any other real things to really compete, but does it hit you the same way Overwatch or Marvel Rivals hits you?
I'm not huge MOBA fan because I don't really play that kind of stuff except for Pokemon Unite for a month.
I'm still going, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not gonna the gameplay for this game actually felt really good, and I love hero shooter. I love it. I love Overwatch. I love Overwatch. Not anymore, but
Overwatch is cursed, man. It has the same curse.
I love Gundam Evolution, which is very sad that it's gone now.
We got Mecha Breaker coming up.
Oh, Mecha Break too, of course. This the hero in this game felt like it's so unique that it feels like it's gonna be like another Overwatch situation where this game when this game really is gonna become like a huge name in the game. Even with the places this game already been pulling a huge number on Twitch.
It has.
Yeah.
I mean, Shroud has been really playing it. Seagull's been playing it. People are putting it through its ropes, and it looks fast paced. It looks interesting.
Yeah, this game when you started the game, it's like the tutorial gave you an explanation of what lane is or what a minion is, which is good for me, people who don't play MOBA at all. So I can understand what the gameplay is. What am I supposed to do? On that lane, you need to kill the Guardian first before you push to the base, right?
Right.
And you need to escort your minion to the Guardian. So yeah, it's basically like that. It's basically I don't want to call it a dumbed down MOBA, but it feels really simple for a MOBA.
Well, I think
at least from what I watch from MOBA.
I would say, I guess the if I can kind of surmise it a little bit is like a traditional MOBA is the same thing, right? You're going up the lane, your minions are following you. You only have like maybe 5 or 6 of them, and they're just like little AI companions that'll deal damage to the enemy, but more so they fight.
Tower.
Yeah, the tower.
Their main function is to destroy the tower, so you need to escort them.
Exactly. And they'll end up usually fighting the other minions. And the way that you get XP and gold, which you'll use to buy upgrades and new crafting items and systems like that, is essentially farming them, but at the same time farming the enemy, like actual players.
This is interesting. When you kill like the minion or like kill your enemy, their soul is gonna fly up on the air, and you need to shoot them to get that point. Or you can just let it go. Yeah, you can just either let it go, but if you let it go, there's a chance that the enemy can steal it from you. Yeah, the enemy can steal it from you. But if you shoot it like at the same time that you kill them, you just like gain the point. Or like when you melee them, it just instantly goes to you.
Interesting. So that's pretty cool, because usually last hitting is the thing that's really big in MOBAs. You hit the last hit, you're the one that gets the XP. Even if it's like you and your teammate, you'll get the majority of it as opposed to your teammate.
You can just steal on this,
yeah, you can just like straight up steal it. I mean, that's really cool. And I guess the thing that makes a difference, like you said, is that it is third person shooter. Everyone is shooting. Are there any melee like classes, or is everyone shooting?
It's everyone shooting. That's like everyone have like a melee though, like Q. You just press Q and that is gonna be melee. There's some people who just have the ability that is more focused on melee base, but most of the time it's just like some of the skill are just like walls, and then like over healing or like turret placement. So they just basically that.
Okay. There was one other thing I was kind of curious about in terms of, and this is something for anyone who's
this game doesn't have ult, which is very weird for me because I have always every hero shooter I've played, there's always ult, but this game doesn't have ult.
Are they gonna put an ult? Because even like every MOBA
I don't
has
think
an
there's
ult
gonna
too.
be ult.
Like that's normal.
There's like one ability like at the end that you can unlock, but that have a huge cooldown, but I don't think that's count as an ult. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. So they don't have any like super game changing.
There's no like game changing like ult, like abilities.
That is interesting.
There's some super strong ability though, but it's not technically it's not an ult.
Wow.
It's very weird for me.
Well, we've got like the gameplay up right now, and there's like 2 other things I want to say or ask really. So I noticed that there are 4 lanes. Most MOBAs only have 3 lanes, and then within there's essentially like left, middle, like left, mid lane, bottom lane, top lane, however you want to call it.
Top.
And there's always a jungle, and there's always like certain classes will go to certain
I don't
jungles.
Think the 2 times I played, I went to the jungle at all. Like, I didn't go to the jungle, but there is jungle though.
Do you know? Well, I guess do you know if other characters are more meant to go to that jungle as opposed to like your carries usually go to the
There's
jungle?
definitely like healer and stuff, but I didn't pay attention to that because I only played as one character. The damage is she's Yamato. It's like this Japanese lady, and she's very fun to play. And I just been playing as her.
I think you know what's kind of cool is like what I've heard from some other reviewers or just like people on other podcasts about the game is like everyone who's gone into the game is like, even if they've played League or whatever, they're just like, bro, I don't know. I'm just trying to shoot stuff right now, but I'm having a fun time shooting stuff. And that's really cool.
There's also like railing you can go to from your base to the lane. So it's so much faster to go back to your base to heal. So like in most MOBA, you just teleport to the base, right? This like feels very fluid. Like I think like this want to focus more on their movement. Because their movement is actually fluid too. So you want to escape by movement and go to that railing and go back to your base if you get chased by someone.
It does seem like that's like a really good way to kind of make the map, like getting back into the fight really, really quick. Because in a lot of MOBAs, like you said, when you got to go back to heal, like it ain't a joke. You might spend 40 seconds or like going back to buy something, right?
Yeah.
It's literally a time you aren't there for up to a minute.
Also, like, I don't think there's like bush or like place to hide. I think because I don't see it at
like
all.
a bush. I guess you can just hide
one of
behind
those
like
like you could, yeah, yeah, yeah.
a building or
Yeah.
something.
There's no bush at all.
So like so like trying to ambush people becomes a little bit of a different kind of a little bit of different thing, because that's something that an assassin role would do, or essentially like Roadhog, right? If we had to break it down, Roadhog would be someone, he's a little bit tanky, he's not an assassin completely, but he's the character who hides in a bush, yank, got your butt.
Speaking of which, there is an actual like a hook character in this game.
There's always a hook character, man, in a mobile.
A hook character and a shotgun. This guy actually.
You gotta have the hooks in the shotguns in these games. I heard that the actual designer, or I guess the lead designer or whatever, is actually the guy who did Dota for this game.
Oh yeah, I could tell because like Dota have that very specific art style, and this design also like this definitely like Dota like
there.
You like see how some of the characters, they just look like, some of them just like just a blob, and like
I mean, if there's anyone, oh yeah, go ahead.
Usually like in hero shooter, it's like beautiful people and like like hot character. This game just doesn't care about that.
They ain't got no thirst, no thirst happening here.
This guy just have like cool design and like but yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I'm looking at this gameplay right now. And
there's also like dash and like dash jump where you have to time it. I don't know, like I still doesn't know how to like dash jump like consistently, but I'm trying my best to get it.
I mean, what's kind of cool about these kind of games is like everyone's learning together, and obviously some people this playtest has been going on for, like we said, a year or more.
Years,
so there's sometimes I've heard that you might run into some crazy people in some of these matches, but for the most part, it's a lot of fun. Contrasting this to something like Concord, which just came out, and I mean, I'm looking at the movement in this game, and I'm like, well, Concord wasn't too far off from this movement in terms of having like some of the dashes, but then, and it definitely has the gameplay, but the way that, I don't know, like looking at this just seems engaging. Like I feel like it's quicker. It's the characters are doing interesting things. It's not like anything crazy sometimes, but I don't know. It just feels like a little bit more of an identity, and I feel like, okay, I can work at doing this in this game. I can like try doing new things.
Like this game is like MOBA Apex, like I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain it. The movement just feels fluid to me.
So when you have somebody running a wall, is it someone running on walls these days? You got Titanfall in here too. You gonna have that Titanfall mech? Do that. But no, hearing you say that makes it like, I'm not gonna lie, that is a huge compliment, because there's so many times I've played like just a new first person shooter, and the first thing I'll do is like run and slide. It don't feel the same. It don't hit the same, bro. You know what I mean? Like it don't hit the same.
This game like doesn't have running or like sprinting. They have dash, but you can turn into that dash into like a slide. So yeah. That's so many options with the dash. When you can dash jump, you can dash slide, you can double jump, you can jump and then dash. There's a lot of like movement in this.
That's what makes it good. And even better, you can invite your friends to play if you want to get into the playtest. It's not really open. There's not even like a launch window.
Even like
there's nothing.
A week ago, this game is still like NDA. Like people can play it. People can invite their friend to play, but you're not supposed to talk about it online at all.
Yeah, it was.
Like, yeah. What is that one article? They just break the NDA. It's like Kotaku or Polygon. Yeah, Polygon. It's Polygon.
Oh no. It's Paul Tassi from Forbes, I believe.
Oh, Forbes. Yeah.
And he wrote the article, and it's technically no one's under an NDA for this, but at the very opening screen they ask you, please do not talk about this publicly, or I mean, you can talk about it obviously, but you can't show gameplay and just be all like, hey guys, I'm reviewing this, or breaking it down. And this dude, I mean, some people raise the question, all right, people obviously know about this game. There's been rumblings, like. And it's not like you couldn't go online and find footage of it. Everyone could. So why not talk about it? It's not something that you weren't.
This game is like the easiest league game to find.
Yeah. So he was just, in his mind, doing the journalistic thing of just go ahead and talk about it. And Valve said, we're going to journalistically go ahead and ban you from playing it. and to throw dirt on the dude's face, I'm talking about less than a week later, they put the Steam page up.
Amazing.
They put the Steam page up after that, dude. And say, all right, everybody. And I kid you not, like a week or so later, everybody was on Twitch playing it.
Oh, this game also doesn't have like even a Steam logo up yet. It's just
No.
like when you click on it, it just say Deadlock on like a regular font.
Yeah,
it's like that's Times New Roman.
I'm
I think.
pretty sure the trailer, or the video that they show for the game, it's just the start screen, isn't it? Just without the start, just without the menu. It's just that. So I'm just like, okay, cool. But if you would like to get into it and you don't know any friends, and this is how I got into it. I heard on a podcast, the Reddit is popping. Just hit up the Deadlock Reddit and you will see a community thread that's just like, need invites. And I kid you not, I just went in there, made a post, commented. 10 minutes later, hey man, I got you. Here's an invite. Yeah. What? So me and Ahel, we'll probably definitely get some games with this in, because I'm looking forward to it. And I've been in that Pokemon Unite so long, man. Over 1,000, 1,200 something. Yeah, over 1,200.
Oh, also hours. Like this playtest have a schedule where it's like Monday to Thursday is like 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. So like you need to check your schedule if you can actually play this game.
Monday to Thursday wait, what was it? Monday to
it's like Monday to Thursday is like 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Start from 2 p.m.
Okay.
I don't know, like 2 p.m. It's like 2 p.m. American, I think.
It has to be there.
Yeah,
must
it's
be somewhere.
something American time.
2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and then like Saturday to Sunday, I think. So they took like Friday off, I guess, to add more stuff. They also like still adding up hero too. It's not even like the base roster yet. They're still like adding out.
They're
stuff.
still adding heroes. Yeah, I think there's in the game or whatever, or like I was looking at the Steam page, and like it wasn't a comment. I guess it was like the community part, and they're just like, yeah, if you want to play like untested heroes or like unreleased heroes, just enter this into the game and you'll be able to play them. I'm like, oh wow, or just test them out or whatever. Yeah, Deadlock. I mean, it's people seem like they're having a fun time. I'm looking forward to trying it out and seeing what it's all about. But
hold on, okay. Yeah. This is Valve, right? I am like 100% sure there's gonna be some like community market skin stuff like CS:GO or like.
Do they want to get back into that? Do they want to?
No,
does Dota
they never left. They never left. They never left. Dota have that. Dota has the biggest one too, right? Yeah.
Well, they're gonna have that, and they're also gonna have those cards. They're gonna have everything that people can trade.
They're gonna have everything.
Shoo, man, that I mean,
as long as the hero is free, I'm fine. Like buying like skins.
It seems like they should be on. I mean, Valve is pretty good on goodwill and everything. I imagine all the heroes are going to be free. I mean, if friggin' not Overwatch, but
Marvel Rivals is like free.
Yeah. They came out.
Even Overwatch started doing that too, like a few seasons ago.
Overwatch. It's still like when I said Overwatch is cursed, like earlier in the episode. Overwatch has that curse where it's like, or other games, anyways, in this space. I think Deadlock has the potential probably
to kill Overwatch. No.
The whole thing is like Overwatch is like Smash. You know how you play every game that's like Smash, but it ain't Smash.
Okay, yeah.
It has every game has that feeling like, oh shoot, man, I want to go play some Overwatch. I don't like Overwatch right now. Does this game play like it? Don't play like Overwatch though.
But like, Deadlock is not trying to be like Overwatch. It's more of a Marvel Rival. It's definitely 100% trying to be Overwatch. That is the game that Overwatch is trying need to worry about. That game is trying to kill it.
They're fine. If everything so far has happened to Overwatch and they're still trucking, they're still thinking about doing the 6v6 or going back to that, and they're the newest hero, Juno, she looks cool. I've seen some stuff with her. They've made some good balance. Like they still do everything that game does right. It still does right. It still does right. May there please be a second tank.
Like Overwatch feels very good. Like I feel like all of the hero shooter I've played, Overwatch felt the best to play. And I felt like the most polished. I feel
Yeah,
it have that premium feeling.
the premium feeling. The heroes all feel like they're, everyone's trying. They have heroes that were likable. I remember the first time I played Overwatch and I saw the trailers and I no joke, I kind of cried a little bit because I was like, shoot, man, there's a lot of representation in this game. There's like a lot of people who maybe haven't had their character in a game before, but now they're their country like, yo, man, I'm repping it.
Yeah.
Only game that could do the Olympics and have most of the people from the Olympics.
I'm still waiting for that Indonesian representation.
That what? Yeah, y'all need some more
They
games.
have not anyone.
There's no. Someone's gonna be like, "What about Rashid from Street Fighter?" No, that's the wrong thing. Wrong.
That's the wrong thing. Like Southeast Asian is usually Filipinos. Like, oh damn. When it's my turn.
You gotta make it happen, man. You gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
We gotta make it happen. But you know what you can make happen? You put another MOBA, Dragon Ball Project Multi.
Oh,
Is it literally just called Project Multi? There's nothing. It's still
Project Phase. Called Project Multi. It's like Project Multi. Yeah. Even on Steam, man. It's like Project Multi.
I'm still curious. Like, and like I said, I play a lot of Pokemon Unite. I play it every day with my friend. And why is Dragon Ball getting into this space?
I don't like.
This is like Dragon Ball.
Dragon
Breakers,
Ball is
right?
Like really
why?
huge.
Why?
Yeah. I feel like we are at that point where it just need to be on everything.
And this is a mobile game too, right? This is
it's like mobile game and it's on Steam too, by the way. So it's like just strictly. Oh, it's on console too. I know like some people play it. Oh no, never mind. It's like probably like they plug in their controller. But yeah, it's gonna be like on console. It's gonna be on like PC and mobile. Which is like, I have a theory. This game is like being crafted to destroy the infrastructure of the LATAM region.
Yes,
the Latin American region.
Yeah, Latin America gonna.
This game is gonna destroy the infrastructure.
It's done.
Everyone gonna play this game on like 24/7.
Like mobile.
Your currency is gonna like crash down. I'm telling you right now. Go escape that country right now. Escape that region right now while you still have the chance.
Latin America and Dragon Ball ain't a joke. It ain't no joke. People don't. If you don't know it, man, it ain't a joke over there.
And then this game, like mobile too, like people are just gonna like casually. People are just gonna get into it, and it's on mobile. It's done. It's done. It's done for Latin American.
You know what? Maybe for the first time. So Dragon Ball, we've got this eventually coming out. Let me pull up the Steam page for it as well. But they've also got Sparking Zero that's coming out, and I don't care how people look. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not usually a fan of like the Jump Force or whatever, like the arena fighters as I used to be when I was, when it was cool to me.
Yeah.
But man, the stands is hard for that game, bruh. They be out there.
Yeah, I'm one of them. This game looks very great. I grew up with Budogo Tenkaichi 3, so this feels like very nostalgic to me.
Oh my god, yeah, it's nostalgic. You know what? There was something about those games though, and I remember playing it on PS2 with my friends, like split screen together. And there was something about like, getting the capsules and getting all this stuff and beating up people in the mini games and stuff. It was fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like those games were actually a lot of fun. I don't know how much fun I have with them online. But like
no, online definitely. I'm not gonna play this game online at all. Probably like with some friend online maybe, but on rank game, nah. No way. I'm taking that game seriously because this game is not balanced at all. This game is designed as like power, like struggle, like power different stuff. So like if you pick Broly and then your opponent's Krillin gonna die in 20 seconds.
I just want to know how they're gonna make Krillin do something good.
Yeah. Oh, in Dragon Ball Project Multi, Krillin is actually really good.
So
I saw some of the gameplay.
So there's the open beta test is from August 20th to September 9th or September 3rd. Yeah. Sorry, so it's going on right now.
Yeah, it's going on right now.
Wow.
It's not in all the region too. It's just like some region like NA.
Oh, I can request.
You can see like it should be said on there. Yeah, test region: Canada, France, Japan, Taiwan, United Kingdom, United States.
I can't tell.
So I cannot even play that.
I don't know if I want to request
You
access or
should.
not. I should. I should.
This game looks fun, dude.
I should.
This game like if you're
Oh,
like a Pokemon Unite fan and you want to get into like more
oh
like
my
another casual
gosh.
MOBA, I feel like this game gotta be it.
You know the one thing I can say about, and I gotta give them props for doing this. And Bandai Namco is really trying. I'm not gonna lie. They've got Dragon Ball: The Breakers. We got Blue Protocol. There was Gundam Evolution. Like their online division is trying to crank out something that will continuously make them
I
money
feel like
at all points.
that Jujutsu Kaisen game was like the end point for them, like the cutting off point, and like they realized how
Re-
shit that game had.
Wait, hold up. Remember we had that My Hero Academia or Academia?
Uh,
The what was it? It was a battle royale.
My Hero One. Oh, Battle Royale.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
battle royale. We had that too. Like
I
they've
didn't
been
even get to
crapping.
play it.
They
I don't
tried.
even know if that game is still alive or not.
I don't know, but, but I will say I'll give them this: that Pokemon Unite has not done. It's on PC,
Yeah.
straight up. Thank you for
Is
at
it on
least
PC?
putting on. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean no.
Hold on.
Project Dragon Ball Project Multi.
Project Multi. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought
Like straight up
Unite is finally on
props.
PC.
Straight up freaking props for that. Like, I guess we should actually say what this is. The Dragon Balls franchise's first team-oriented battle begins. Intense 4v4 team battle. Experience the world of Dragon Ball through wrecking the battlefield with your own strength, or by conquesting the enemy objective with your friends and allies. The hero characters you take in control will grow in strength as the round progresses. And
There's
to
also
give
like
you a
only
chest, yeah.
2 lane for this game.
Wait, there's
I
really
think the
only
Pokemon
2
Unite
lanes?
is also 2 lane, right?
Pokemon Unite's
Isn't-
technically
Oh yeah, 3.
2 lanes in a jungle, so technically
Yeah.
3, but yeah. 2
Okay,
lanes.
so like the same as Project Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
It's also like that. But in this game it's weird because like the jungler, like the thing that you going to farm, like appears like at the late game. Wait, never mind. Pokemon Unite also does that, right?
The
Like the thing that you're supposed to defeat, like it come out later on during the match.
the winning condition.
No, like the buff. Like when
Oh,
you
the
defeat
buffs.
something, you get the buff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The buff spawn
Yeah.
every X amount of minutes. I think typically like 3 times in the jungle, during the game. The buffs will spawn. Yeah.
It's basically like that.
Okay. Yeah, I might just
And also like this game have like I would say like this game is like stylish MOBA because this game have finisher. And you can even also do like double finisher. You can just team up on people and do like an animation of the finisher, which is great. That's why I feel like this game was fun. I'm not gonna lie.
I should tell my friend. I should be like, yo, man, you want it's on PC. Which, the thing about it being on PC, that I have to say is that I'm assuming some characters have maybe like a skill shot, like they have something that, because that's the only reason. I mean, other than it's available for more people, but having a skill shot and playing on a MOBA is really, really nice with the mouse. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's just really nice and precise. So
Right now the characters are like Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, like the usual stuff. Krillin, Zamasu, and Android 18, and Cooler for some reason, but not Frieza. They have Cooler, but not Frieza. It's insane to me.
You know how they be getting that Android 18 in there. Them Sims, people.
That's my girl right there.
They gotta go for her, man. I don't know. I used to like the Android 18, and then she married Krillin. I lost respect for some reason. I lost respect.
Yeah.
It was just like, I guess because I'm like, man, I could be better than Krillin.
Krillin is technically the strongest human alive in the world.
He is,
He is.
And for the longest time, he had the craziest, deadliest ability to just chop anything. Like, dude was deadly. And then,
if Saiyan doesn't exist, he's like the strongest thing alive.
the qualifiers that we have to put in for Krillin to be. Oh man, well, moving on. Let's not kill Krillin again. It's already gone too many times. Yeah. So in terms of games released this year, it's been a pretty good release year. I would say it's not last year. Last year was freaking doomsday. Everything was coming out. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, fudge. I mean, the list goes on. and on for last year. And this year we kind of experienced a little bit of a, the industry's not doing as well, and a lot of stuff that was from COVID being made was put out last year. So now we're in the kind of a little bit of a cycle. I mean, next year we've got Grand Theft Auto 5 or 6, assuming that stays in the mix.
It's not gonna be on PC either, so they're gonna just console first, right?
I believe so. Yeah. They said I think they were focusing on that build first. And there was something else that's coming out like next year that's going to be
Monster Hunter Wild.
There we go. Yeah. Wilds and Wilds and GTA in 1 year. Just imagine that. If that really does all happen. Wilds is coming out for sure. GTA, that thing could get pushed back. We never know.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
But this year we started out really strong. RPG heaven. Like
RPG heaven. Like I've been like nonstop starting like JRPG.
They gotta stop all these RPGs.
I just keep playing like JRPG like this year. It's like every few months I just every like 2 months I just pick up another JRPG that released this year, which is insane to me. I think I've played like JRPG the most like in a single year. I feel like this is the most I played JRPG.
We also had like Shin Megami 5, like the definitive.
Oh yeah, the definitive come out.
Yeah, that thing came out.
Thank you for reminding me that. I'm gonna pick.
You can go buy it now.
I'm gonna just pick it up.
Play
next.
it at work. Just play it at work. The one game I played so I haven't played a lot of the big games this year. I did play Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I thought that was a really solid game. But let's just get real. We'll just talk about potential game of the year candidates. We had Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. That was a thing. Tekken 8, I mean, I would say fighting game of the year. Tekken 8, that's straight up. You want to go platformer or whatever, Banishers, Ghost of New Eden came out. Helldivers 2, I don't think we can forget about that. Persona 3 Reloaded was also in the mix. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Honestly, I think really
Rebirth. Damn, like
freaking Rebirth. This is not
Rebirth. Damn.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's all in everything we said up until now, that's been February.
Yeah,
that was all January, like end of January through February.
It's all heavy there. Yeah, you also have like the release of Ghost of Tsushima on PC.
Yeah,
I'm gonna count that. I'm gonna go lie.
Early summer, that was Ghost of Tsushima on PC. That was pretty big. A lot of stuff kind of flew under. I mean, there's some good games here. If to say anything, Pacific Drive, I saw some good stuff with that coming out. Penny's Big Breakaway was fun. I'm not gonna say that's huge. Last Epoch, Warhammer. I think that was last year. The Warhammer 40K game, the space.
Is it like? No, I think like Warhammer is about to come out, right?
A new one is. Yeah. A new one is. Yeah. What else?
Jujutsu Cursed class.
Jeez, why do you want to say that? Jujutsu Cursed?
Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed class. Oh my! I don't even remember this game come out this year. Holy shit!
Who knows? Unicorn Overlord was this year. That's definitely up there for like a strategy game of the year, or within that title or that genre. Fudge, I'm still looking
the series that I've been getting into, the Kiseki game, the Trail to Daybreak, the first game of that arc come out this year too. Trail to Daybreak is like released on July 15th.
July 15th?
Yeah, and I've been enjoying that series. I've been like trying to go back to that.
I forget Rise of Ronin was this year too. That's right. Dragon's Dogma 2 and Rise of Ronin were the same day.
My god, Dragon's Dogma. I feel like Dragon's Dogma 2 is like the most forgettable game of all time.
But remember how much
I remember like people keep saying like is the game of the year, and then like people just stopped talking about it.
And
finally, like the late game, that game really fell off. Like the story is non-existent at all. That's from what I've heard. Apparently,
it's one of those games where that you can always claim like it's always about the journey. It's about the journey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Looking over here for anything.
Even Baldur's Gate 3 was kind of like that, because like chapter 3 was not as strong as like chapter 1 and chapter 2.
I assume you can only go so long in those really long.
Yeah,
you can only be interested.
You will just remember the good thing about it at the end.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I think that's what people really liked about Dogma 2 was a lot of the crazy kind of moments that would happen out in the field and things you would fight and
Yeah.
how it would just naturally happen, but end up being like some of the craziest story you could tell your friends. Um, that I have a feeling that is up there in contention for action game of the year, and it's
Yeah.
packed.
I won't lie to you. I put Zenless Zone Zero on like one of my game of the year lists. That game is just so fun to me. I just really like that game now.
That's another game where I don't know how they classify the gotcha games
It's
because
gonna be on mobile game, 100%.
the mobile games. I mean,
Yeah.
that game I think has some of the craziest stylish combat this year for combat games. You've had Dragon's Dogma 2, you've had Stellar Blade, you have Wukong, and then like you said, in ZZZ, right? And I think
Yeah.
out of all of them, for me personally, Stellar Blade has been the best combat. Like it's the best of all of them. But that ZZZ pop, bro.
Yeah.
Of all the non-console ones,
It's like,
ZZZ
even though
pops.
it's like simple, it's so stylish that you don't even care how simple the gameplay is.
Yeah,
I just like seeing things fly.
Oh gosh,
That's why I cannot get into Wukong.
Sandland was this year. It was a
Oh yeah,
Sandland game too.
the Toriyama game.
That was like right after he passed. No, but
It
after.
was right after he passed.
Yeah, like within a month after he passed.
Oh.
Dude, that was this year too.
I'll go like Shadow over 3, but you cannot count that as a game, I guess.
Tales
But
of
it's
Kinzara.
still like
Zao was good.
really good.
Another Crab's Treasure. What else did we have? Hades 2 early access technically was a thing, but that's not.
So what's your like top 3 that you think is gonna win game of the year, or like your top 3 at least?
I mean, I haven't played Rebirth just because, and I haven't watched any of it much because I don't want to be spoiled.
You played Rebirth.
No, man.
Okay.
But for everything I've heard about that game and just the combat stuff and how much fun that they had making it, like you can see in the game, like it's like they made sure that they did one thing, and they say like, you know what, we're gonna give you everything you didn't know you wanted, and everything you said you wanted, and we're gonna keep making it better and keep you kind of surprised. And to do that with a remake / remaster,
I have like
all this
some
stuff.
friend that say that game is so long they just ignore the side quests.
Yeah.
At some point of the game.
No, I was telling my friend started up, and that's the only complaint I've heard about the game is like all of the mini games and everything. It's not that some are really good, some are kind of annoying, but at the end of the day, you don't have to do them all. Some of them you are required to do, but it's one of those things like, yeah, just ignore it. Don't let the gamer side of your brain take over. You don't have to do it all. I think that's honestly, I right now, I feel like that's going to get game of the year. I know people are really chanting for Wukong, like people, and the game sold 12 million copies in 3-4 days.
Oh yeah.
But we also have Hellblade. Not Hellblade, but that game did come out. Hellblade 2, sorry. Helldivers 2. I mean, if there's any game that did do something similar to like a Power World this year, Power World wasn't this year, right?
Power World was this year.
Daggum!
Oh my god! I even forgot about it.
Holy crap! Yeah, so Power World was January, and then we went into all the RPGs, and then after we came out of 2 months of that, it was Helldivers 2. So yeah. Power World's not an official release, right? Like that can't be up there.
Is it still like in early access? Because I still remember
it is.
It was on. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it cannot.
Craftopia is still in early access. Will it ever come out?
You know, they don't care. But
they don't care.
They just keep releasing. Yeah.
And I guess my third. So. Yeah, I mean, I guess for me that would be it. Like FF7. FF7.
Oh, Wukong?
Stellar Blade and
Wukong
for me. And each for different categories. Wukong, I hope, wins something for the way that the world, like everything is crafted and designed.
It feels like they're gonna win like the technical stuff. I forget the name of the word. It's like technical something.
Technical art direction or something. You know how
Yeah,
like Souls
art
games,
direction
like
or like yeah.
yeah, like they might not look the best, but they have like some crazy good architecture. This game happens to do both of those. It looks great, and the architecture and the
But I was
environments are really
gave
nice.
about that game is like the scaling, like the scale, like the big scale fight.
Yeah,
It's kind of like Final Fantasy 16.
coming out on PC.
Coming on
But
PC
yeah,
too. Oh my
yeah,
god, yeah.
yeah. So
Uh,
for me, it's
oh,
all it's like all action games pretty much. What about
I
you?
agree with you. Like, I think like Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is gonna be the game of the year. It will win game of the year, but like for me, my top is I'm very biased with the Like a Dragon series because I fell in love with that series during pandemic. So
We had
yeah,
two of
I
those.
just like yeah, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. It's like my number one,
Hmm.
and like a very close second is Trails to Daybreak because it get me into the Kiseki series. It's kind of like how Xenoblade 3 getting me into the Xenoblade series. Trails to Daybreak got me into the Trail series, the Legend of Heroes series. So
Mm.
I'm excited to go back to like play the other game.
Oh, you
Like
got a
for
lot of
my
them.
third, damn, it's like I do love some multiplayer game like no, I'm not gonna say how that was. I'm gonna say ZZZ. I forgot. Yeah, ZZZ is like my third.
You about to betray, bro. You about to
Yeah,
betray. They're gonna be like,
yeah.
hey, you're supposed to be cutting us a check, bro. Where's our check?
I feel
Gave it
like
to Helldivers.
the most like game I've played this year is like gacha game, like Honkai Star Rail and like ZZZ.
Well,
That is the most the top two I've played this year.
I would say that that's the case because there hasn't been as this was the first year in a while, and I'm really glad that there wasn't a lot of stuff coming out, and we did have conversely a lot of multiplayer games that all kind of hit. You know, Once Human had a really good launch. Well, I don't know about the launch of Once Human per se, but leading
What
up
is?
to Once Human, um,
I need to look up One Human. I never
once
heard about this
yeah,
game.
Once Human, another game out of
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a survival game. Damn.
it's a survival
Damn.
third person shooter, but like a little
Okay.
bit of MMO kind of feel to it. You also had
Okay.
the first Ascendant, which I kind of got into for a little bit, but it's
Oh
they got
yeah,
to fix
I saw
that
my
grind.
friend play it for a
It's
while.
it's fun to tune out. You had Final Fantasy 14 Dawn Trail that released as
Mm.
well. Um, so we had like these kind
Oh,
of
big year
multi
for like live service game,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, we had like a lot of live service games that we didn't really feel like they were live service games. You know what I mean? Oh, fudge. You know what we forgot? You know what we forgot? This
But
is exactly what they wanted. This is what they wanted.
but
The
what is it?
Shadow of the Erd Tree, dude. The
No,
Shadow
I
said
said
no.
it earlier. I
Wait,
said it
you said it?
earlier.
I forgot
Yeah,
it then.
but it
Holy crap.
doesn't count as like a game. It's like a DLC.
Does it not?
Even
Yeah,
like
it's like best
Cyberpunk,
upcut,
like the
best
Cyberpunk DLC
content.
doesn't even count. They give Cyberpunk the best like the best
Ongoing, what was it?
ongoing
Ongoing
game, yeah,
game or
ongoing
something
game.
like that. Yeah. Which I
So
think Elden
if
Ring's
like
one of the
Elden Ring gonna
few.
be in it, it's gonna be like ongoing too
I
because
think
of
I
the
think
Shadow
Elden
of
Ring is
Tree.
the only. Oh man, and I feel like
I
in my
think he's gonna
mind
get it.
it feels that way too because I forgot about Destiny 2 the final shape that released too, but yeah, fudge Elden Ring, my gosh, I'm still having a blast
Mm.
with that, and every time I think about man, I think about that, think about Liza P. Games changed my life.
But, like I feel like this year is the last time that the industry should focus on with Souls like game. Can we move on from that?
Wait,
I have enough of the genre, dude.
you have enough of there's yeah.
I have enough of the
Well,
genre. There's too much now.
you've got the last Berserker coming out next year, which I don't know
Yeah,
why they made that game a
it was
Souls
very good
like
though. I'm not
ish.
gonna lie.
I don't know. Every time I see it though, it's like, why is this dude blocking more than he's just taking hits, getting cut, and cutting other people back? Isn't he a
Yeah,
Berserker? What's this? Maybe I think that game is going to end up being very similar to Wukong. A lot of stuff that you want to have early in the game is kind of locked behind a long progression because the game is maybe 40 hours or something like that, and you can't have it all at the beginning. So
we need like more power fantasy action game. Like like you feel like you're
it
so
does
strong in the game. I need another one of that. Maybe that's why I like ZZZ a lot, because you felt like power fantasy.
Yeah, like Power Fantasy. I still like the like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or sorry remake, since I haven't played Rebirth yet. But from like that combat system's cool just because it's also really quick and fast, but at the same time you're making a decision. I like that kind of thinking aspect of it too. Um, but yeah, a little bit more action game. I mean, we've had great action games this year. Don't get me wrong, but it is definitely skewing to they're all mixes of souls.
So it's like, yeah,
They all hit like it's like, hey, you're gonna get hit like a Souls game, but we want you to just hit some buttons and go in like an action game. But we're gonna kind of like restrict you in some ways.
There's one game in like Gamescom that was on the pre what's it called the
The pre-show,
the pre-stream, the
yeah.
pre-show. It looks shamelessly like a Souls-like game. I forgot the name of the game, but
Oh no,
when
it's
I
it's
look at
probably
it,
Enotria. It's probably
god
Enotria.
damn. Yeah, so when I look at god damn, the animation, like everything looks like a Souls-like game.
It's the one with the puppet, the mask, right?
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
Italian
I
one.
think so.
So there's a demo for that one. It's actually good. It's actually pretty good. It has its own
Okay.
little take to it. I think what we're getting is these different flavors. For them, they're one of their biggest things is they said we don't want a Souls-like game to look dark. So everywhere in that game is just like bright, vibrant colors. Like it's on like a beach coast, and it's like
What's the name of the game again?
Enotria. I think it's Enotria.
Oh yeah. I get it.
You can probably put like Italian Souls game.
Yeah, I got it.
So it played pretty well. You can try out the demo. It's on Steam and everything. But yeah, next year we're gonna have, or the year after, we've got a ton. We still have a ton of Chinese action games that haven't come out yet. We've got like at least 3 more.
Also, I think like PlayStation is doing the same with their like Chinese Hero project with
They're
the
all in
MENA, like
they're
no, for
all in
like
that. Yeah.
the Middle Eastern one. They have
Oh,
a Middle Eastern Hero project.
they've got a Middle Eastern.
Yeah. I think they like announced it like last week. But yeah, very cool.
Hey,
Like
more.
more like, more repetition in gaming, and more like not big budget studio game, more like other region game, which we haven't seen since like a
No,
while. But
yeah,
yeah,
no, that's true. That's why I was really excited about the stuff out of Korea and then out of China.
China and Korea is so close to on the mainstream again, which is
Yeah,
very great for the industry.
they both have different ways of flavor of
Mm.
the action, the people, the way they design the characters. The way they fight and everything. Like it's completely different than like the Japanese style that you were used to seeing. And then like for something like in the middle, I will say what I really like about Wukong is I feel like I'm learning like I read every darn description, man. I've been reading. I spent like probably an hour so far reading text in this game.
Are you like familiar to like the Journey to the West like story?
Yeah, so what's like I said last week, what's really cool is that they've ended up, it's not just one story. It finally sunk in with me. It's not just one story.
It's like multiple, like
it's multiple. So every enemy you kill, they
multiple
have their
fables.
own fable. And then that fable ties into another person's fable who's in the region. And essentially like you're learning the story of every player in the region from the small rank all the way up to the king and then to the immortal, right? And you kind of start seeing the connections before you do the fights. And I just have these moments like, yo, oh, this is that dude. Oh, I thought he might have been gone from this region, but he's still here. Oh, snap. So that's where that went. And so that part to me has been really, really cool. And it's actually made me want to just read the Journey to the West, like straight up. I'm just like, okay, when I finish this, I might just try to find it, like a translation, and just read it because I feel like I'm learning some part of a culture a little bit.
Yeah, Journey
Which is
to the
nice.
West, like it's like one of my favorite Chinese fable out there, which is like very great. That finally like the Western audience finally get the to see to like experience the story.
Mm.
And yeah, because it was very big in like Southeast Asia too. It's not even like only big in Asia, Southeast Asia, South Asia. But yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. There's a lot of There's a lot of I think all the games we kind of named. I can definitely say Final Fantasy. Definitely say Like a Dragon, Wukong. I don't know if what will be in there, like Persona 3 Reloaded or some of these other
I
games.
don't think Persona 3 is gonna be on it.
That's like a solid 3, and they have to include one of these Ubisoft ones. Either Assassin's Creed Shadows is gonna be awesome, more awesome than.
I hope that Assassin's Creed Shadow is gonna be good because I'm really rooting for that game.
I'm yeah, same here. I'm actually this is the first Assassin's Creed I'm gonna buy in.
There's like
decade.
the controversy of this game, right? Because and some people complain about Yasuke, and then like I just want this game to be successful because of that. Because I'm tired of seeing people like trying to to mock this game because of the history of Yasuke when he is actually an actual historical figure in Japan.
Yeah. And we've had a couple of things with Yasuke in it. None have. I don't know if any have really done him a lot of justice or like, have really done it. At one point I wanted to tell a story with him in it. It was like trying to make a manga. That was like 6 or 7 years ago, really.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, yeah. And we also have Indiana Jones, December 9th. I don't know if that's probably after the cutoff for Game of the Year, but sometimes they throw it in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if it makes a cut, I think one of those Ubisoft games. I don't think Star Wars. Don't think it will get in there. But if Assassin's Creed gets in there, that's a solid 4. And they can find themselves a 5.
I feel like Helldivers 2 is never gonna be in it.
Yeah, Helldivers 2. And Power World.
Some indie game.
Well,
definitely
Power World's not
game.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good indie games this year. Yeah. Also, shout out to all the indie games out there because they held it down this year. If you took out all these indie games, it would be a very lonely looking. Be very lonely.
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2 might be thrown in there just because.
I agree.
I could see that. I could see that. And you just be like, well, okay. It made buzz. It did its thing. It gave us 2 character slots too. Finally. Right? Maybe?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it for us this week. I don't have anything else. I'll probably install Deadlock, and hopefully my power stays on
this week
before Friday.
Before Friday, yeah.
It's like before Friday. It's the craziest.
Oh yeah, like I don't know if this playtest is gonna have like an end date. Because I don't see it at all. I don't see like where they specify that this playtest is gonna end on this specific date. But I think it's just gonna keep going.
It just keeps going. It's just something that was. Probably. Yeah, I think it was something that was already going in its own little weird secrecy thing, but then just got opened up, and they're like, okay, well, we can take some more people in and do all that. I don't think there's even a limit on the people who can get in. So who knows?
They want to test the server.
They're eternally testing that server.
Yeah.
Oh, Valve. Only Valve can do what Valve does. All them Steam bucks, man. Unreal. But anyways, where can the people find you on the social medias?
They can find me on x.com. See, I'm calling it X now.
I know you've been broken.
No,
you've been broken.
No. On twitter.com, my it's just ehe. You can find me there. I don't tweet as much as like I was before. And play more ZZZ and read Kagurabachi.
Right,
I even changed manga from One Piece to Kagura. One Piece is number 1 for me, but Kagurabachi, like ongoing, is the best for me. I just like every week I'm looking forward to Kagurabachi more.
That's awesome. That's good stuff, man.
But like Elbaf might change that. Elbaf will change that because I've been looking for Elbaf for like 20 years. That's crazy.
Oh gosh, the worst part is like I've been looking forward to this for 20 years.
That's
crazy. My goodness. My goodness. Jeez, I've been looking forward to this for 20 years. Sadly, that's how the One Piece cookie falls. Sorry for everyone who's going to be getting in on the One Piece remake / One Piece live action, waiting to get to where Ehe's at. You'll be possibly dead by that time.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Who knows
I
what
hope
it's gonna be.
like it's definitely gonna be like a seasonal thing, right? I hope it's like 24 episode per season. If it's not 24, there's no way they can do anything at all.
Well, they did do. I guess however they did Attack on Titan could be a good way to judge how they'll do it. Because
Yeah.
Attack on Titan, seemed like it was like fairly every season, right? Like it was like every anime season there was like a new core for Attack on Titan, or at least
No, it
twice
was
a year.
like
It felt like.
from like season 1 to season 2, it took like a long time, and then from season 2 to season 3, it took a while. Season 3 and 4 was like the closest one, I think,
Okay.
because there's like a gap where the Attack on Titan wasn't there at all.
That is true.
Mm.
That is true. And then you can find me on Twitch and Twitter and YouTube at NinjaTrixta. Come on by the streams. Streaming Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays and Sundays. Still playing through Elden Ring, Shadows of the Erd Tree. Doing that at least twice a week. And then we're also doing We're OFK, which has been a lot of fun. We got 2 more episodes of that game left, which about 2 more hours. But that's been a blast. And then we'll continue doing that and then finding another kind of small narrative game to go with the big baddie of Elden Ring, which I think I'm halfway. I don't know where I'm at in that game. I don't know where I'm at in that game. Period. Oh, man. All right. Well, enjoy. And next week, we'll probably be talking about this Nintendo Direct that is happening in about an hour from now. So enjoy.
But isn't a Nintendo Direct? What? Oh, it's an indie one.
It's an indie one, yeah.
Okay,
So
I thought it was gonna be like a big one. I never heard that.
If we're turning up with what we call what is it? Silk Song. By the end of all of this, if dreams can come true,
hopefully,
then hopefully, Silk Song. It's coming out today, actually.
Wait, wasn't that game like announced like a long time ago?
The game has officially been announced so long ago that now we don't even we don't even know. So, anyways. We'll catch you later next week for another episode of the Unknown Games podcast where we creep ever so closer to 200. That's like 2 centuries, I think. Bye.